Today, my boss called me and encouraged me to go for vaccination.
Encourage you means what?
She said that the headquarters, right, called her and asked her to call those lecturers who are not vaccinated. And then she said that it might affect my work promotion or something like that if I don't vaccinate. So you can say in a sense that I don't have a choice, have to vaccinate.
What you don't have a choice? You deny promotion, that's all. Now this is all just way to sell the vaccine. There is a possibility there may be something inside to make you docile. You know only one person who had virus, and that is also not necessarily coronavirus. It can be any virus. And the way they are showing in your country that it is every day 25,000 cases. So where are those cases in a small country? At least it should have happened to many people in your colleges if it is 25,000. Like when I went to the bank, State Bank, they said that I've asked that has anyone contacted that virus or not here. The woman said everyone. So if it is prevalent, and in my city it was not so much, never became so alarming like in many places in India. Even in that situation, if it has happened to everyone in the bank, that means that it is happening. Now this is a way. First, you spread this rumor or news that every day it is increasing so much. Maybe the pressure is from above, like the pressure for your principal must have come from higher authorities in university, and to them from the government, and to the government from the countries which are helping them. So now, but why they are so keen in vaccinating? One thing is they will be earning money. The other thing is that even if you are not paying, you have to pay or not to. You have not to pay.
If we register under government, it's free of charge.
If you are not paying, then the government is paying. So anyway, the money they will be getting, the WHO or from wherever the vaccine is coming, or the country, China or America, any country with which they have signed the deal, they will be getting money. And then if they have put something to destroy your rebelliousness, then you are finished. Like, there is a possibility they may have put it because whatever these governments are doing everywhere is, we cannot expect from, if they are really governments. Government is, it means they are there to serve the people. But these people look more like goons than government. But we are so blind and you don't even watch news. Because you want to live in your own fool's paradise. You want to be like an ostrich. So if you are not aware what is happening anywhere, just because it is not affecting you directly at present, and you can just sleep comfortably, remaining totally unconcerned, That means you have become totally insensitive.
I was saying that these governments are working more like goons than like governments. The government is there to bring system in the society, to not allow the chaos to happen, to make arrangement, to bring order, discipline. Otherwise, why they are there? If they are themselves responsible for all types of problems that are happening, then how we can call them governments? And they have become so myopic. They don't understand a simple thing, that we are interconnected. Every government is thinking, even if they are little wiser, they are thinking about their own country. Otherwise, maybe if the person who is the head of the government is a dictator, then he is only thinking about himself, how to remain in power. And if the person who is at the head, at the top, is in a democratic setup, then if he is a good human being, then maybe he thinks about his country. But they are not at all in any way concerned about the whole world. They should be concerned about the whole universe if they have some wisdom. Because things are interconnected. If you are harming here, if you are harming somewhere else, it will come back to you one day. The way they are digging everywhere to find precious matter or minerals, rare earth minerals, and things which can be used for their technology. If you go on doing like this for long, then you will be imbalancing the earth, because they may be there, all those things are there to maintain certain balance of the earth. Then there will be a lot of earthquake, there will be flood, storms, glacier will melt, so many things can happen. You are in your greed doing things which you are not at all in any way seeing little further what may happen out of it later on. You are not concerned. You are only concerned about your immediate greed. Like there is lot of things are there in Afghanistan, very precious things like lithium, cobalt, black stone, sandstones. These are things which are important. Gold. What these countries are doing, if you see the countries which have become very developed, they have behaved like robbers. They are like robbers. We think they are very developed, but how they have become very developed country? By robbing things from other countries. They behave like dacoits. They are just exploiting people who are gentle in other countries, or who are ignorant or innocent, and then bringing their raw materials in their own countries. And then this is the way they are developing. But this is being like a thief. You are cheating. Now for 20 years, America has been in Afghanistan. Why any country will stay 20 years in other country? This is just There must be some hidden agenda. So, in last 20 years, all these electronic things, car run on batteries, these all kind of innovation in mobiles have happened. And for those things, lithium is needed. For the car run on battery, lithium is needed. In mobile also, lithium is needed for its battery and other purposes. So, maybe now they have exploited enough, so they may have left because of that. Now China will exploit it, maybe. This is how they did in Arabic country also, when they have exploited it enough, their petrol. Then they left it, and they have everywhere they have created wars. All these countries are war-torn countries. It is how now they have left billions of dollars of worth weapon in Afghanistan, their own weapons. And it has such, you cannot even imagine how much weapon is there in, and it has all gone to Taliban's, not to the force of Afghanistan, the real legal owner of that country. So it has Hawk helicopters, machine guns, other very sophisticated weapons for the war. Humvee armored vehicles have about 76,000, and machine guns in thousands, and about 100,000. And all these very sophisticated weapons are there, which these Talibans won't be able to use. It will be going to Pakistan, and from Pakistan some of the thing to China to reverse engineer it. So why they have left it like this? They should have either destroyed it, and it was already decided in 2019 that they are going to leave Afghanistan. They didn't follow that process. They should have taken it all to their country, or destroyed it if they are so rich that they don't need it. But they left it. They left it on purpose, because they want to disturb the whole Asia. They are in competition with China, with India, with Russia and all its allies, all these Central Asian countries. They think they are its competitor. So now there will be lot of terrorism in this area, because Afghanistan border is connected with these countries. In Iran also, because Iran is not ready to tow down to America. In Xinjiang they have about 22 million Muslims. In Russia also there are about 10 to 15%. I think 15% are Muslim, or at least 10%. I think 15%. So everywhere this terrorism can enter. And Pakistan also has a design to connect all these Muslim countries. And what they will be doing? The whole attitude of Islam, their ideology is to conquer countries through terrorism. It is written even in Quran that you have to terrorize other people. They should be afraid. Through fear, and through violence you have to conquer. And that this is Allah's work. And you can see how Muslims are in every country, how they are hypnotized. In around 2014, the second biggest city in Iraq is called Mosul. So about 1,000 or 1,500 or even less, maybe 400 IS people went there to capture that place. And it has about 30,000 army men there and about 30,000 policemen there. But they all surrendered. How they surrendered and why they surrendered? It has about the army of about 30,000 soldiers and police of also about 30,000. So about 60,000 people were there, and at the maximum 1,500 IS people came there and they all surrendered. Why they surrendered? Because they are tremendously hypnotized, or maybe they are paid already that you have to surrender. Other countries, powerful countries are running them. They may have been given that good amount of money that you don't need to fight. And they also think that what they are doing, they are representing the purest form of Islam. So if they have come, these are the soldiers of Islam. So you have to surrender. There is no need to fight. The same happened in Afghanistan also. It has on paper about 350,000 number of army. And at the maximum they are about 75,000, these Talibanis. And they did not even offer any resistance. Maybe they were all bought. And it was, perhaps America was behind it, and definitely America was behind it, because they had already decided that Taliban will rule now. And they are talking about this good Taliban and bad Taliban for a very long time. How can criminal be good or bad? And they are saying that now they have changed. They can never change. It is so obvious, but they are just through the media, they are trying to send this message around the world, everywhere, that they have changed. They have not changed. There is a possibility what they are saying, that the IS people have done all those bomb blasts there. Not necessarily they have done. Maybe it is the Taliban themselves who have done it, in collaboration with America. Or maybe even if the IS have done it, then also Taliban people, these people were guarding the place. So how they could enter it? They must have entered it because these Talibanis helped them. Because it is just the name, the difference is only of name. They are all same. And America want all these things to happen so that they can sell their weapons. Now they have kept their weapons there. Now their terrorism will increase. Lot of these weapons will go into the hands of terrorism. And sophisticated weapon will go to the army of Pakistan, and many things will go to China. They will reverse engineer it and make more and more weapons. So the whole Asia will be flooded with terrorism. And terrorists will try to enter into India and other countries. And then they will ask America to give them more weapons so that they can fight terrorists. So it is all business. And what these people are saying that they are fighting for Islam. It is all just bullshit. They are not. They are also not fighting for Islam. It is all economy. It is all money that matters. They are greedy people. They are just vultures. These countries are also vultures. They are also waiting outside any country which is going to fall because of their manipulation and maneuver. So that once that country will die, then they will jump on it like vulture. And it is said by some that China is a old vulture. It is a vulture which is little wiser. So it sits, it waits outside. It doesn't enter inside. It waits outside on a higher tree. And from there it is watching. Because from a higher tree you can see everything more clearly. Once the picture is more clear, when it is your time to enter, then it will enter. But because China is more experienced, it is an old country, more experience. So it is waiting for its turn. Today, I was listening to Sanjay Dikshit in his Jaipur dialogue. And he is always, all the time saying that these countries like America is against terrorists, but they are not against the ideology, the book that is promoting terrorism. The source of terrorism. And the source of terrorism is Quran, according to him. And definitely it is the source of terrorism. The ideology behind these terrorists. So what these countries will say that there is nothing wrong in Islam. Islam is good, but Muslims are not following these people. Some of these people, they have strayed and they are not following the right Islam. They have misunderstood it. But in actuality, it is these people who have understood Islam. In Islam, if you see its message, in Quran and Hadith, these are the message given. That you have to kill all these people. They are worse than animals. Until and unless you destroy all of these people, you can never enter into paradise. That's why they are so ready to be suicide bombers, because they know that it is guaranteed. Once they have killed themselves, they are just immediately going to land into paradise. And there will be 72 hoods. These people are doing all those things. All those suicide bombers are not the leaders. It is those who are just brainwashed, stupid people, uneducated people. These leaders are intelligent. They want to have all those things in paradise here. They want to indulge in all kind of pleasure of women and money and whatever, wine and whatever, here. And for these idiots, they are saying that you go to paradise, there you can have all those great pleasures. Because they know that there is nothing like a paradise. You have just used these stupid people for your own purpose. So what Sanjay Dikshit was saying, that they are against terrorists, but they are not against that philosophy which is promoting terrorism. But in reality, they are not against terrorists also. Because it is America who has worked for it so that Taliban should come into the government. I think they have settled everything. That they gave this man, the Prime Minister Ashraf Ghani, the money. You take your money bags. Car loads of money and all those things, and you go escape from here. And they gave more money to or maybe they were not getting money because for these years it was America that was paying all the money to its soldiers, for its soldiers also. But when Trump came, he said that you will have to, the Afghanistan government will have to pay the half of the salary and half we will give. And then maybe when America was to withdraw, they stopped, or maybe they were still giving the money, but it was not reaching to these soldiers, and they were there fighting for money. Once the money was not there, then they lost all interest. For them it was good that Taliban, the real religious people, should capture it. Because if you see the pure research, when they ask that who wants Sharia law in this country, 99% of the people in Afghanistan said that they want Sharia, and about 84% in Pakistan also. But when Sharia law is coming, why you are trying to run away from this country? You are hanging on plane which is flying on its wheel. Why you are running away? Because in reality, no one wants this Sharia law. They know what it is, what this Sharia law is. If you have stolen anything, your hands will be cut. If you have lied, then your tongues will be cut. If you have raped a woman, you will be stoned to death. And if the woman is raped, she will also be stoned to death. If she is wearing any Western clothes, then she will be whipped 100 or whatever time. This is all being a savage. They say that you are returning to the Stone Age, but don't insult Stone Age. In the Stone Age, people must have been very innocent. They may be killing just for food but they were not mass murderers. There was no homicide there. These are the greatest criminal. And if you think America is the criminal number one in the world and China is trying to compete with it, they are both having head-to-head fight, neck-to-neck fight, whatever it is. If, as Sanjay Dikshit was saying, that they are against terrorists, if America was against terrorists, or all these Western countries, so-called advanced countries, were against terrorists, how they could have accepted Taliban as a government? These are all terrorists. But they have put terrorists as a government in Afghanistan. Almost they're there in the process to form government. Because they want terrorism to spread so that they can earn more and more money. This is how these Western countries have always been behaving. This is how this Alfred Nobel did. On his money, both the World War were fought. He was the one who invented dynamite. He was the one with whose weapon both the World War were fought. And then later on when he thought now he's about to die, maybe he started feeling guilty and then he donated his money. On his money, Nobel Prize is given. This Nobel Prize is full of blood, human blood. One should reject it. This is how these countries grow. The whole economy of America is dependent upon creating wars in other countries so that they can sell their weapons. They are not against terrorists at all. These terrorists will spread violence in all the countries. And they will have a very entertaining movie, America, this Hollywood kind of movie. And then one day, when they have enough of it, and if they do something like 9/11, then they will have the excuse. They will again come and bomb the whole Afghanistan and reduce it into Stone Age. That is what I think Henry Kissinger or someone said about America, that to be an enemy of America is destructive, and to be a friend of America is absolutely fatal. So one should avoid America. Any country which wants to live a sane and peaceful existence should avoid America. But we have all become slaves of its insanity. What America is promoting, it is all pornographic culture. What its actors and actresses are promoting, it is all pornographic. It is no culture, it is no civilization, it is very animalistic, very consumeristic. It wants to just rape the whole world. And we think these are great people. They are all Rakshas, they are all devils, they are all monsters. So, and now he was saying they are not against this ideology of Islam, this philosophy on which terrorism is based. But the philosophy of all these Abrahamic religion is same. It is only Sermon on Mount which Jesus has said which has some beauty. Otherwise, whole Bible is full of hatred and violence. Their God of the Jew, is an angry God. He is not like your uncle. He is like your father. He is a very angry God. He can be very destructive. These are all human creation of human unconscious and lower mind. So if they are against Islam and its ideology, then slowly the world will see the reality of Christianity also, the reality of Judaism also, which no one will want. The Pope cannot accept it. Maybe these rulers may not be believing in Christianity as a religion, but they believe in its possibility to create more business for Western world. These missionaries from America and from other Western countries, they come to poor countries and convert people. When you are converting people, in a certain way, you are promoting your economy also. You are promoting your power also. The more the number of Christian everywhere, the more powerful you become. These countries will become. So they are always there to create some nuisance. They cannot live a peaceful existence. All these politicians are sick. Once Islam is exposed, everyone will be able to see the reality of Christianity and Judaism also. So these are all Christian. These all Americans and British and all other European countries. So they are hand in hand with each other. They know that the philosophy of Islam and the philosophy of Christianity is almost same. So if you are against Islam, then you will become against Christianity also. So how the Pope will not want all these priests, all these people who are thriving on this imaginary philosophy, will lose all their business if they become against Islam also. So they will never become against Islam. They are neither against terrorists nor against the philosophy which is promoting terrorism. So we are living in a very complex world. What these people, these politicians are saying that it is a clash of civilization, we are fighting against terrorists, they are not interested in destroying terrorism. Somewhere government needs this terrorist. The courts need criminals, otherwise the court will be all closed. The doctors need patients, ill people, sick people, otherwise their business will suffer. It's a very mad world.
West is neither against the terrorists nor against the ideology which is promoting terrorism. They are parasites. They are only interested in their business. Actually, this word America has given to itself, that it is a superpower. It is not a superpower. It is we can call it super scoundrel or super swindler. You should call superpower. You can call a country superpower only when it is very responsible. When it is like a big brother of every other country and taking care of all these countries, taking care of the welfare of all these countries. But what they have done in Afghanistan, they have destroyed the whole country. They have destroyed the people of this country to being beggars, to being prostitutes. And its suffering will come back to America. It will have to pay very dearly. Wherever America goes, it destroys that country, whether it is Iraq, whether it is Syria, Pakistan, or Afghanistan, wherever it goes. And China is also following the same path in its own way. And you may not be aware that the biometrics of all those people, all the soldiers, and all those people, all the soldiers of America who were in the Afghanistan, and also those Afghani soldiers, is now in the hand of Taliban. So now they have all the data. They know everything about those people who have held America. Now they are selecting all those people. They will kill all those people, or they will torture them to hell. Who is responsible? These people who have helped you. You cannot even take them out of this hell, and you call yourself superpower. You are super cheat, not a superpower.
But America will not like to hear this. Ha.
Sane people in America will like to hear this.
Yes, yes.
And there are many Americans. It is not that all the Americans are in government or in power. They know what America is doing. There are sane people in America also. Not that they are all insane.
Yes, Swami, yes.
If this is valuable, this should be shared.
Yes, yes,
Whether,
yes.
Whether anyone likes it or not, it is not. If we remain like we, that is what Osho said, positive people must speak out. If you remain silent, then you are preparing your own doom. If we are silent about these crimes, then we are participant in the crime.
Yes, Swami, yes.
At the maximum, you can be killed. Whether you are killed or you die on your bed, you will be dead. That is the thing, and that will be in a better death than dying on your bed. There are people in Afghanistan. They have not surrendered. They're giving it a very good fight to Taliban. These are real brave people, without any support from any other country. There are resistances in parts of Afghanistan which is not ready to surrender. There is Northern Alliance in Afghanistan. So, some territory districts of Afghanistan. One of them is Panjshir. Panjshir means 5 lions. These areas have not surrendered, and it's one of the leader of it, Ahmad Masood, He is a lion. He is not ready to surrender, and none of them have been able to conquer Panjshir ever. Neither the British was able to conquer it, nor the Russians, nor the American. So this time also they are giving good resistance. They need to be supported. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.